Hey, Mind Circuit here. The 2024 US presidential election is shaping up to be one for the history books. Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. But beyond the headlines and campaign slogans, what's at stake for US foreign policy, especially regarding China, Russia, and global diplomacy? Let's start with China. The US-China relationship is a complex tapestry of cooperation and competition. Under Trump's previous tenure, we saw a trade war unfold. Tariffs, sanctions, and a push to address intellectual property theft. This approach aimed to protect American industries and address concerns over unfair trade practices. However, it also led to increased costs for consumers and heightened tensions between the two nations. Trump's approach was assertive, aiming to recalibrate what he viewed as an imbalanced relationship. His administration took steps to limit China's influence in global technology markets, including restrictions on companies like Huawei and TikTok. The focus was on America first, prioritizing domestic economic interests and national security. Harris, however, advocates for strategic engagement. She emphasizes collaboration on global issues like climate change, pandemics, and nuclear non-proliferation while still addressing human rights and economic practices. Her stance involves working with allies to present a united front on trade and security concerns, potentially leading to more effective multilateral agreements. Now, Russia. Trump's relationship with Russia has been nuanced. His administration imposed sanctions in response to actions like the annexation of Crimea and interference in U.S. elections, yet he often expressed a desire to improve relations. Summits and meetings aimed at diplomacy were juxtaposed with controversies over election interference and cyber attacks. Harris proposes a firm stance on Russian cyber activities and election interference, reinforcing alliances like NATO to counterbalance Russian influence. She supports continued sanctions and increased cybersecurity measures to protect democratic institutions. Her approach underscores the importance of holding Russia accountable while strengthening international partnerships. But foreign policy isn't just about bilateral relationships. It's about global diplomacy. Under Trump's leadership, the U.S. withdrew from several international agreements, such as the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal. This America First policy led to questioning long-standing alliances and a focus on national sovereignty over global commitments. Harris aims to rebuild these bridges, believing that global challenges require global solutions. She supports re-entering international agreements and strengthening partnerships with allies to address issues like climate change, nuclear proliferation, and global health crises. Her vision emphasizes the role of the U.S. as a leader on the world stage, collaborating to tackle problems that transcend borders. But here's a thought. How do these differing approaches impact the average person? In our interconnected world, foreign policy decisions ripple across economies and societies. Trade policies affect job markets, influencing everything from manufacturing jobs to the prices of everyday goods like electronics and clothing. Diplomatic relations influence global security, which can impact everything from military spending to the safety of international travel. It's a balancing act between national interests and global responsibilities. While one approach may prioritize immediate domestic gains, the other may focus on long-term global stability. The question becomes, which path leads to a more prosperous and secure future for everyone? So, as Trump and Harris present their visions, we're not just choosing a leader, but charting a course for how the U.S. navigates an evolving global landscape. The choices made in foreign policy will shape not only America's role in the world, but also the daily lives of its citizens, economically, socially, and even culturally. And it makes you wonder, in an age where borders are less tangible, through the internet, climate change, and even pandemics, can any nation truly go it alone? The challenges we face are increasingly global, requiring cooperation beyond borders and collective action. Maybe the question isn't who will lead, but how they will lead us through the complexities of the modern world. Will the focus be on building walls or bridges? On isolation or integration? On short-term wins or long-term solutions? As always, thanks for watching.